man.
I feel like tonight it's like really.
Oh, we gotta turn that off. Dang. What's up, Big Brother fans? I am Anchorpete, and this is my wife, SHARI T, and we are here once again to talk about Big Brother. Tonight's episode, since they moved on to Monday nights, we are talking about episode 26 of Big Brother All-Stars, and tonight's episode was on October 5th, 2020. Okay, so SHARI, just starting off right here, right?
Yeah.
People from New Jersey are going to win this, don't you think?
So Cody or Enzo?
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be Enzo.
It ain't going to be Enzo?
No. Yes, but I think Cody has an extremely good chance of winning.
Okay.
I mean, if we were going to Vegas, my money is probably on Cody.
Yeah.
He's like set up pretty nicely with all of the other contestants. I mean, obviously not with Christmas and Tyler at this point, but do you want me to just get into it?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know who wins veto because we try not to cheat. We try not to look ahead, even though there's always spoilers out there. I say that, and sometimes we do, but for the most part, we don't cheat. And I really hope Tyler wins veto because I would really love to see a battle between Cody and Tyler. Isn't that what this whole season has been culminating into? They are the best players in this game, these two guys, and in this season. Yeah. And I would love to see them go at each other. This is Cody's taking the first swing, as Tyler pointed out tonight, and Tyler threatened him.
Yeah. Well, so we should explain that, right? We should get to that point.
Yeah.
So much of tonight's episode was just showing the behind the scenes of that triple eviction, which was last week. And boy, was that exhausting, right? This was kind of a nice refresher. It had a fun little HOH competition, which, do you remember the name of the HOH competition?
Namaste off the block.
Namaste off the block. See, that is Emmy-winning quality writing right there that Big Brother has. Okay, that's why it's been around for 20 years because of that, right? So Namaste off the block. Everyone gets in robes. They have to do these yoga poses, and they have this competition every single season where they have to kind of keep parts of their body on 3 different dots. And when you take your limb off of that dot, or a dot, or multiple dots, the time clock starts speeding up real fast, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the person with the highest amount of time gets eliminated. Usually when they do this competition, it's like individual, and they only have to do it once.
In private.
Yeah. But in this, they were all together, and they all had to like strip, basically. You know?
Yes, they did.
Yeah. And the women were eliminated pretty quickly, and it came down to a bunch of dudes stripping, right? Cody and Memphis, the 2 bridesmaids, right, of Big Brother. Sorry, guys. Cody and Enzo. I mean, no, Cody and Memphis. You know,
Enzo came in 3rd place though, so you can throw him in, and he's sort of a bridesmaid.
He's kind of a bridesmaid too, man. Yeah. So they all have kind of been paired up with some of the most legendary Big Brother players ever, winners of the game, and now it's their time to shine, and they're all going against each other. The committee is falling apart. Yeah,
it's finally getting good, honestly. Like I'm really enjoying seeing them turn on each other. We knew it was coming. It just took forever to get to this point.
Yeah, it's sad that it took to the final 6.
Yeah, they were very loyal to each other. They really were.
Yeah, but the main focus of tonight's episode was that Cody is with Nicole and Enzo is with Cody. So the committee and Enzo, those are the remaining players, and it's split in the middle, right? Memphis is kind of trying to work both sides still, but Christmas and Tyler are certainly on one side. Enzo and Cody and Nicole are on the other end. But I don't think it's going to be Christmas.
I don't think it's going to be Christmas. I don't think it's anybody's game. I think Cody has these final deals with Memphis, Nicole, Enzo. That's 4. That he's locked with 4 of the 6.
I think.
And as long as Tyler or Christmas doesn't win the next head of household, I think Cody's got this.
I think he might have even had a final 2 with Tyler, right?
It doesn't matter because he put him up for eviction this week. Nomination. And nomination. What? No, he nominated him for.
Yeah, there you go.
We're both right. Anyway, because he did that, I think any final 2 they might have been toying around with this like not happening, and Tyler knows it and Cody knows it.
Yeah. And it's funny because they had their little awkward interaction. I was kind of going to do like an impersonation tonight and just start talking like, oh, bro.
For people who don't live who aren't from New York, like this guy here.
You understand, bro.
Staten Island is an island between New York and New Jersey, and it's actually closer to New Jersey.
Yes.
And they actually assimilate
Enzo and Cody are pretty good examples of what the majority of the population of Staten Island. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, that's pretty common from where I'm from. So, and the thing is, I don't say like as much as Cody, but I definitely say,
The funny thing is, like is a Valley Girl term.
Yeah. That
originated in the 80s from California. So I don't know how that happened, but anyway, it's prevalent with Cody.
Well, that's what we know from the counter that was on when Christmas goes to talk to him. So I was talking about how awkward it was when Tyler went to go talk to him. Well, it was super awkward when Christmas went to go talk to him because he had to pretty much lie to her face. And when Cody was lying, it's clear that his, default is to just say like a lot.
100%.
Yeah.
That's what she said to him. It was great.
Yeah, it was good editing. The show always has good editing. Mm-hmm. But they had a counter and it went up to 22 likes.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
I think it would probably be, I think I say a lot.
That's 2 words.
Yeah, and then also when it comes to YouTube videos, I think I say and a lot. So,
English major.
Yes, we're both English majors actually. So anyway, so Cody puts up Christmas and Tyler, right?
Right.
And it's very likely that Tyler is going to win veto, come off the block. Who's he going to put up?
We can't say it's likely he wins veto. We don't know who's going to win veto.
Yeah, but
I would love if he did, though. I would love if, like I said, I just want Tyler to stick around just to give Cody a hard time because Cody is on easy street. Tyler has been on easy street the whole time, too, but he's finally having to work. And my pick to win the game was Tyler, but that's in question with what's happened lately because Cody won this HOH, really.
Well, I have a question for you, Shari. I was saving this. I remember we were watching it. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to ask her that on this show, right? So let's say that, because they all play POV at this point, right? Let's say Memphis wins POV. Is he going to leave the noms the same, or is he going to take one of them off the block?
He's going to leave them the same.
Okay.
Why? What do you think?
Well, no, it's interesting because then they'd have no choice. They'd have to put up Nicole, right? There's no other options. He's not going to put up Enzo.
I don't know if that is what Memphis wants, is to put up Nicole, but that's juicy. So maybe we want Memphis to win.
Yeah.
By the way, for a dude in his 40s or whatever Memphis is, I assume that's his age.
Yeah, his 40s, I think.
40-something.
Yeah.
He is really good at like everything too.
He's really good at taking off his clothes. He's taking off his clothes really quickly.
Not as good as Cody.
Cody's very good at taking off his clothes. He was good at taking off his clothes slowly and meticulously. Memphis would do these like flip moves and stuff where he'd like roll off and like his pants would fly off.
Yeah, he somersaulted to the button, which I thought was great. I kind of thought that was pretty ingenious. I mean, whatever it takes to get there quickly. I don't know, I was sort of impressed with Memphis, although he's given very little otherwise in this game, in my opinion.
I don't know. I mean, he's the one that came up with the idea of the committee and that everyone talked to each other individually. With as a group.
No, I mean, obviously he's played a good game. What I mean is he's given very little to the viewer. Like,
oh yes,
is there anything any of us give a shit about Memphis about? Probably not. He's a Floridian, and that's about all I know much about him. I don't know.
He has a kid. He has like a boy, right? He talks about his son.
Where's the mom?
I don't know.
I mean, not that that matters necessarily. It's just I feel no personal connection to him.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think I've liked him more than I was expecting to.
Mm-mm.
No?
Not me. To each his own. Or her own.
Yeah. So, we'll see how it goes. We are at 10 minutes right now, but I think we can kind of keep tonight's episode brief because really we just kind of talked about all the main points right there, right?
Yeah, although we didn't talk about Nicole being like really whiny and showing who she really, really is. Okay. Not that who she really is such a bad thing, but she has been playing like she's this sweet little innocent thing for so long. Mm. And tonight you see her kind of talking to herself manically in the bedroom, you know, about like Christmas is boring. And what did she say about Tyler?
Oh, okay, so yeah, if you're watching, we would love someone to clarify this for us. We would love to know. It sounded like she said Tyler is so boring, and it sounded like she said Christmas is vengeance.
I thought
that's what it sounded like.
That's all I could hear in our caption. Didn't tell us. So
So I don't know if she's comparing Christmas to Batman, like Batman often says, "I'm vengeance." He says it in that trailer, the Batman trailer. He's like, "I'm vengeance."
If Nicole is quoting Batman, I'd be very surprised. So we're not sure what she said, but anyway, she was talking to herself, and it was a little strange. I think even in my darkest hour, I don't talk to myself out loud. That's just me. No offense to anyone who does, but I didn't know that Nicole did that. You know, I kind of saw this side of her. Yeah,
well, I think it's because she knows that there are cameras watching and that her like husband-to-be is like maybe watching her in the feeds, and she's kind of talking to him.
Okay, well, she was just kind of she's talking about her own vengeance. She was like, they need to go. I hate them. They are awful. Blah blah. You know, and it was like kind of dramatic, and I don't think she should be taking it quite so personally because this day was coming. The committee was going to have to eat each other, and she should know that. And I don't think she should be so upset. Yeah, she was one of the first of them targeted. I mean, she's a winner. She should know her day's coming.
That's something that we've talked about on this show multiple times. We've talked about the fact that like these people can like sit pretty for so long, and they just are like on easy street while everyone else is scrambling. Then when they get called up when it's their time, they have horrible attitudes about it.
You can dish it out, but you can't take it. Yeah. So that's kind of Nicole.
Yeah.
Although her triple nominee or the triple, what is it? What happened last week? Triple eviction.
Yes.
Although her triple eviction night was horrible, and I do feel for her about that. But
yeah. I know we kind of talk smack about some players on this show, but you know, it's just the way the show is edited. I'm sure that they're all nice people, you know.
I'm capable of feeling empathy for most of them.
Yeah.
Although I don't know that like any normal person is capable of what some of these people are capable of. They lie so much, and I know it's part of the game and it's what gets you far, but I'm pretty sure I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Or at least not well.
Yeah.
My whole face would show it all.
Oh, you have like no poker face whatsoever.
Do you think you would be able to do it?
No, I blush. If I get awkward, I blush and I stutter and stammer. Like I notice
you also worry if people like you or not.
Oh yeah.
And like that would just
No, I like if I ever have to have a conversation where I'm sort of like dancing around a topic where I'm not just coming up straight telling someone, I just speak gibberish. You know, and I think they'd be like, "Oh, he's speaking gibberish. He's hiding something." You know, so
what's going on?
It's something that But you know, since we're just kind of spinning our wheels and stuff for a couple minutes here, I was kind of curious if you won HOH, right?
Yeah.
What would be your snack in your HOH room? Do you have multiple snacks, or is it just like a snack and a drink?
I mean, I feel like I'm just eating Twizzlers, so it seems like the obvious answer. But
I think it'd be like some kind of chocolate, right?
Yeah, I would pick chocolate of some sort, probably like Snickers, almonds.
Okay.
It's probably my favorite, or some sort of dark chocolate, special dark. And then also for the salty side, Chex Mix.
Yeah. Well, see, that would be me, Chex Mix. Like I ate like a bag's worth of Chex Mix just watching Big Brother tonight. And so I think that would be my HOH thing. And then some Coke Zero for the drink.
It's very interesting for you.
Unless they provide Coke Zero.
I don't know what they provide, but tonight you were drilling over something Memphis was eating in a very short
it was like a split second.
They shut it for a split second, and Pete had to talk about what Memphis was eating.
It looks freaking awesome, yeah.
And do you remember in the olden days when they would have whole competitions on what they're going to eat for the week?
No. What are you talking about?
Oh my God, they would have these whole competitions about what the have-nots would eat.
Yeah.
Like America would get a vote on it.
Oh yes. They'd be like, "Oh, is it Twinkies and celery?"
Yeah,
right.
But it'd always be like words that kind of were alliterative.
Right. Would it be Brussels sprouts and
bacon? And that's all they can have along with slop. Like they used to like give them these little sides, and like America would vote on it, and then they would walk in and find a pile of whatever won the vote, like laying it on a pile on a table.
So much of Big Brother is just removed from the show. I mean, they always have a little segment, "Who wants to see my HOH room?"
Yeah.
They come in and you like read a note from a family member and start crying. And you look at pictures and be like, "Oh, they look just like you."
I'm kind of okay with all that.
I'm totally okay with that being gone.
But I kind of liked the food thing. I think that's sort of fun. And so, like Big Brother is like why do we love Big Brother? We know it's cheesy. It is cheesy.
Yes.
And that food stuff was some of the cheesy parts of it. And I maybe miss a little of that. I think they might have had to cut it because there's so much strategizing going on, and that's more important. They have to show all of that more.
Yeah.
So we've lost some of the like cheesy fun.
Yeah. It's certainly, I mean, since the time I've started watching, which is since season 12, it's evolved to the point where there's so many different alliances. It's not just like 2 alliances or maybe like 1 secret alliance. There's like alliances within alliances. I mean, that's such a huge part of the show.
Can I say anything about Parvati?
Oh, yes. Let's do the thing about, I was actually going to talk about fashion too, because you were talking about that, but let's say the fashion one for next time. How's that? Okay.
Fashion discussion's only good if someone's wearing something worth talking about.
Oh, yeah. SHARI desperately wants to talk to someone about the clothing that people watch in these shows and movies that we talk about. And I'm a poor fill-in for that. I mean, look, I'm wearing like a Xenomorph t-shirt.
I don't care what you're wearing.
Yeah.
I care what they're wearing on Big Brother. And sometimes I want to talk about like the choices. Like Danny used to have this top knot, and I just really wanted to talk about that with someone so much.
See, I don't know anything about fashion, but that was pretty ridiculous. She looked like something out of like a freaking D&D game.
Like a munchkin or something.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the thing. Okay, so SHARI, as we know, is kind of new to Twitter, right? She's only gone on Twitter for like the last, I don't know, month. Maybe,
right?
I'm
very new.
And she's like, growing a following, and she's out there, commenting on people's stuff. She's pretty active, She's doing a better job than me. And so on there, she likes to engage the Big Brother crowd, the Survivor crowd. And when she was doing that, she tossed out the idea of, hey, what if Parvati from Survivor was a player on Big Brother? She would just like rock it, right? Because on Big Brother, it seems like a lot of the female players kind of match up with guys, and they're not really playing for the sake of women winning. And Parvati is not like that.
No, she's famous for leading all women to the finals in Survivor, which has never happened.
Yeah, in Big Brother, right?
Or in Survivor.
Oh, okay, yeah. So anyway, SHARI tossed that idea out into the Twitterverse, and she didn't get much of a response because she's just starting out. You don't get a lot of responses. But then what happened?
Well, then, like 5 or 6 days later, Survivor Reddit, whatever they're called, they put up the same idea, and I was kind of like, did they steal that idea from me? Because I did post the idea to Parvati's Twitter, so anyone could have seen it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe other people have thought of that already, but it seems suspicious.
Yeah, and she would rock it, man. If they did like a thing, like how with like what's it called, the Amazing Race or the Big Race? What the hell is that called?
Amazing Race.
Yeah, like how they take people from other shows and they plop them on there.
Yeah.
Like Big Brother and Survivor. They should do like a Big Brother, but like with just Survivor people.
They've never had that. I don't know why, but there are some people who I think could do really well. Like Parvati is my first choice. I would love to see her on Big Brother.
You want to know why the Survivor people don't go on the show?
My guess was they're claustrophobic. They like the outdoors and don't want to be like cooped up all day.
They'd be bored out of their freaking minds.
Yeah, because it's you think those people are
they want to be like on an island, spearing fish with a stick and stuff, and like making fire with rocks, and
they're campers.
Yeah, they want to be like doing crazy stuff. They want to be starving and eating little pieces of rice. They don't want to be sitting there like eating Doritos and
in the Big Brother crew is like a bunch of they lay around all day and just talk shit about people and
that's why I should be on Big Brother versus Survivor.
I always feel like I'm more a Survivor girl.
Yeah, SHARI's actually auditioned for Survivor, and I've actually auditioned for Big Brother too. So you're learning about us.
And we both feel that we couldn't do the other show.
No way. No, I would die. I'd literally die on Survivor. I just like trip on something in the woods and die.
I feel like you'd get stung.
Yeah, I get
sunburned. He's a redhead, so like you'd get really burned.
Yeah, I'd be dead.
Cremated. And me in the Big Brother house, I'm an introvert. I just go crazy if I had to be around people all goddamn day. I would go insane. I would be in a corner in the yard, trying to be alone. Yeah.
So as you can see, even though tonight's episode was kind of interesting and things started to roll, we're getting to the end game, still I think we'd rather talk about some other stuff too. Big Brother's not always super enthralling. But maybe Thursday night's episode will be.
We'll see.
We'll see. So yeah.
Oh, well, there's Wednesday and Thursday.
Wednesday and Thursday. Oh my God, Vito. Sorry. Yeah. So stick with us, guys. We're gonna do Monday shows now instead of Sundays. Monday night at 11 p.m. and Thursdays at 11 p.m. So please come join us. All right. And I'll do a plug real quick. So stick around for the plug. But look at this. See this shirt? For my other channel, the Lastercast, we are. Oh, that's nice. It's very nice. We are doing 31 Days of Halloween, and look at this. We are 5 days in. I just finished a review of 28 Weeks Later. That's going up tomorrow. And I also just put up an interview that I did with the great Tyler E.C. Burnworth, where we talk about the comic Invincible. And also, one other thing, too, The Wicker Man from 1973. Shari and I did a review of that for the whole 31 Days of Summer. And that's a freaking good movie. And I think we did a good review, too. So check out that Wicker Man review. Check out the Tyler E.C. Burnworth video.
If you like Janelle, you might like The Wicker Man from 1973.
Okay. It's interesting. Okay, sure.
You don't even know what to say.
Yeah, I'm like, what do you like?
Let's end it there.
Okay, that sounds good. We're ending it there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all Thursday night. Still going.